Time to meet our players. Introducing to you first, a former World Masters and a European Championship runner-up from England. It's the Wanderer, Wayne Jones. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of two PDC tournament ranking events and a World Cup of Darts finalist from Wales, it's the Iceman, Darwin Price. Ladies and gentlemen, the format, same as the best of 11, the first to 6. And your match referee is the calculator, Kurt Bevins.
It's good to be back for Game 3, the afternoon session of the Austrian Darts Open here in Graz. And nice to see a proper walk-on song as well. A little bit of the old rock sign and tongue-out stuff from Wayne Jones. It's the only thing me and Jonah talk about is heavy metal music. And a little bit of Vanilla Ice. Great to see Wayne Jones here on a Sunday as well. He did get a bit of fortune with a bye in the last round because of the withdrawal of Dave Chisnell. But he had to earn that bye by getting through his first opponent, Dietmar Berger, one of the home nation qualifiers. But Gezi Price played well yesterday, average over 100. Starting to see some signs of a return to form for Gezi, which is brilliant to watch. An interesting contest. But Rob Malarkey, you've probably got to feel that Gezi Price goes in as a slight favourite.
Yes, I mean, he is favourite with the bookies as far as they're concerned, and I think for good reason as well. He is the number 10 seed here as well, and as you said yesterday, he averaged over 100 against Scott Taylor in his second round match.
Game on!
And there was a very eye-catching fifth leg in that one as well. He established a 5-0 lead with a very, very strong, dominant 11 dart leg as well. Could do with some ice today as well. It's that sort of day, people.
100.
The temperature is rising by the minute here in Graz.
Good segue that, Rob. He could be the man, the Iceman,
140.
to get the job done here in the heat.
Buckets of ice required. Gerwin Price.
Well, Wayne Jones is going to be one happy man today. Wolverhampton Wanderers, champions of the championship. They are going back to the Premier League. So, he's not the most avid of football fans, but he is a Wanderers fan. And why wouldn't he be happy today? Because he's got an opportunity to go into the quarterfinals here in Austria.
Yeah, not as avid as, say, Jamie Hughes, for example.
Oh, no.
140.
Wolverhampton, another hotbed of darts.
Hotbed. Temperature jokes are plenty today.
100. When you require 140.
140 coming in for Jonah.
Well, Wayne Jones, he wasn't involved yesterday. He wasn't playing any competitive darts, but he was certainly putting in a few hours on the practice board here. He was at the Steinmark Halle backstage in the practice area for the bulk of the afternoon session. Clearly making the most of his spare time, and it must be difficult for players to
80.
occupied at the time, and there is perhaps a tendency to over-practice when you are in that situation. Just to shed some light on where we are here, we're not actually in the centre of Graz, so it's not as if you can just easily pop into town. It's, apart from sunbathing and swimming, and maybe a bit of scuba diving or sailing, there's not really anything for a darts player to fill a blank day, apart from practice, I suppose, because we're in that sort of environment away from the city centre, quite close to the airport. Thank you very much indeed. Look at that, as if by magic, a bucket of ice has appeared. I don't know if we can get a camera on that. Anyway.
Well, Gezi Price, all he wanted was double 13 there. Wayne Jones, I think he was going for 16 there, but it doesn't matter because he's got the job done anyway.
Second leg is go to throw first. Game on.
I remember, you know, when Wayne Jones walked out at the Grand Slam at Wolverhampton for the first time, and it was very much like yesterday with Sulevic walking out here. They played Hi-Ho Silver Lining in the Civic Hall, and it was just an incredible atmosphere. And it's the way it should be for people
81.
walking out in their home arena. I'm all for it. I'm not so sure that Gezi Price got a big enough welcome when he was in Cardiff.
137.
When he played in the Premier League, but there are other players who get great receptions around the world. Simon Whitlock and Kyle Anderson.
140.
Oh, 200 in front.
It is here. 86 for Jones. Yeah, again, he's stopped there, 68 away.
Just checking to see where Gerwin was, and he should have known, really.
Should have known he was on 227. Didn't really need to stop in his tracks there and have a reassessment.
99. When you require 40.
Anyway, won't need to do too much thinking about this one.
It's on the 8th leg, Wayne Jones.
Ah, he's found it.
9th leg is Wayne.
13 dart break for Wayne Jones for 5-3.
Well, there's one thing the Challenge Tour will have taught him last year. It's how to play long days, because they are brutal days
81.
when you're doing well. Just ask Michael Barnard, who's had a very good Challenge Tour season. And his friend Alan Tabin, who's been sharing with this weekend.
135.
Well on the Challenge Tour in the last couple of years, because you play 4 tournaments in 2 days. One that starts mid-morning, goes through to mid-afternoon, then late afternoon, all the way through to what
41.
can be 11 o'clock at night.
And it's, I suspect, draining almost emotionally as well, because you're effectively, I mean, livelihoods are at stake, careers are on the line. You're looking for that step up to the next level, aren't you? And I mean, Jones navigated it very well. He was a 3-time winner on the Challenge Tour last year. He ended the 2017 campaign by bagging £3,500 over the final weekend. And that was, you know, you talk about all or nothing. I mean, that was very, very significant indeed, and that secured top
108.
spot. And that could well have secured Gerwin Price a place in the last 8 here in Graz as well.
Now you've got to cope with those ups and downs.
140.
But it's looking more like a down right now for Wayne Jones, as Gerwin Price has 2 darts for tops for the match.
He does indeed. Long way southward, that one, double 10 is a long
29.
way east.
When you require
And Gerwin Price, well, he looks to be
139.
fairly productive on his doubles of late, but he just lost his way there. Jones on 119 now, and no chance here for Jones to
97.
ask the question.
When you require 20.
No mistakes this time.
Game shot.
And they're on.
And the match. Go in front.
And we might see that chant, or hear that chant, a little bit more tonight as Gezi Price makes his way into the quarterfinals at the expense of the Wanderer Wayne Jones. Not his best performance, but he will take that. And we've heard from Joe Cullen earlier on about just getting the win. And that's exactly what the Iceman, Gerwin Price, has just got. Very, very well done to him, as he will play either Steve Beaton or Rob Cross later. And we will find out next who that will be. Who will play the Iceman later? Intriguing game. Steve Beaton likes the heat. Will he beat the red hot Rob Cross next?
When I go in, is that the Iceman keeping his cool at the right time?
Yeah, I think I played rubbish in our game. It's all about the W at the end of the day, and I won, I go over the line, and I'm just look forward to tonight now that game's gone.
Well, the thing is, you hit a 180 at the right time, isn't it? You know, to set yourself up for the win.
Yeah, but it's not just about hitting it at the right time. It's about being more consistent, and I wasn't consistent this afternoon. But tonight, if I want to go on and win this event, I need to be more consistent, take my chances, and score a bit better, and hit my doubles a lot better as well.
Well, we're sure you will. You're through to the quarterfinals. Absolutely awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, the Iceman, Gary Price.